On September 7th, Hypixel released the Weaponsmith project. This has been anticipated for quite a while, and now it's finally here. We've added a brand new building with new armor sets, the third shortbow in the game, and a lot of things that just extremely buff up arrows and archers. And by the way, if you find this video informative, please subscribe, it really helps me out. But if you didn't, let me know down in the comments below. On with the video. First, we have Rosetta. Now, this is a brand new NPC that sells armor. It's basically like the replacement of the armor smith, and with a few more options. You've got the plain old iron armor, but this does have growth 1. Then you've got Rosetta's armor, which is diamond armor with growth 1. Then you have the more interesting one. It splits into 2 different branches, Squire and Mercenary armor, and Celeste and Starlight set. The Celeste and Starlight set, they focus on intelligence, and they're sort of like mages. Meanwhile, the Mercenary armor is like your generic armor, just with a bunch more health, and you get plus 5 coins and heal 20 hearts per kill. And there's also like a weapon per set, so it's like a full setup for the early game. I personally don't recommend you get Mercenary armor because it costs over 150k, and it's just not worth it for that much. You may as well get Ender armor. But if you're in the Iron Man, this may be an option, as it is not too bad. The next most important part of the update is this arrow here, this arrow setup down here. You can speak to Jax, who sells a ton of arrows, but before that, you have to do this archery practice, target practice. For that, I recommend you get an artisanal bow. You can just access it from the weaponsmith, and it's pretty much free. It's only 600 coins, which is super low. Once you come down here, stand on the pressure plate and just shoot all the lanterns. Not the sea lanterns, like that. It's the lanterns that aren't too clear. 2 over there, 1 on the roof. There's some over here, and the most hardest to... There's also 1 over here. So if you're standing like this, it's like right over there. After you've done the target practice, what you want to do is just speak over to Jax. And now you have access to all these arrows. There are 5 arrows that focus solely on damage, and those are the flint, reinforced iron, redstone, and emerald arrows. The emerald one does the most damage, which is plus 20. That may not sound a lot, but this stacks up, and it's a noticeable difference. You've also got these 6 other arrows: bouncy, icy, armor shred, explosive, glue, and nansorb. Now onto the part you probably clicked on this video for. Is the artisanal bow, the third shortbow in the game, actually any good, or is it completely useless past like your first 1 hour of playing? Well, first off, it is quite cheap, only 600 coins, and I've actually got myself a completely maxed out artisanal bow with literally all the enchantments, and I know it makes no sense, but I spent 2 million coins on this for some reason. What am I doing with myself? But it's fully maxed out, hot potato booked, power 6 and all the enchants. And don't worry about soul eater, I don't have the enchantment level to actually use that. And I've got a completely fresh artisanal bow, which has no enchants and none of that. Now for this damage test, I am going to be using strong dragon armor, all of my talisman, which I have a little bit of. And I am also going to be using a level 70 enderman pet, so that's plus 50 crit damage. And also I'm going to be using normal arrows, not the special ones just yet. So I deal 1,100 critical damage with the non-enchanted artisanal bow. With the fully enchanted artisanal bow, I deal 2,282 damage, which is a decent amount. Now, I'm just gonna use the explosive bow. That deals like 4,000 damage. But one thing to keep in mind: the explosive bow costs 400,000 coins, which I don't know if you know this, but that's a little bit more than 600 coins. And you've also got to note that if I don't fully load it up, like if I don't do that, it's probably not gonna be a critical hit, which does make things a little bit slower. Like, it's not that efficient, but it's not the same. Meanwhile, with the fully intended shortbow, I can just go around like that, and it's not even a problem. So now, just before I give my final say if the artisanal shortbow is any good, now let's switch over to the emerald tipped arrows, and I do nearly 3,000 damage. That is a little 700 damage difference. So is the artisanal shortbow any good? And yeah, it is. It's actually quite good. Just put power or something like that, just so you can one-shot criticals, and it is so efficient compared to all the other bows, and almost more efficient than literal swords. Just for the blaze rooms and those sort of puzzles, the artisanal bow is really not bad. That's gonna be it from me today. If you enjoyed this video or if you found it helpful, make sure to subscribe. It really helps me out. But if it didn't, make sure to let me know in the comments below. I'm open to feedback. Anyways, bye.